So I had a vacuum. Nope. What's the vacuum for grass? I had a lawnmower.
Grass vacuum. That's not what anybody calls it, just to clarify.
No, please don't use that with people. No, Larissa told me. No.
Hello, Eepers. Welcome to another episode of Extra English Podcast with Misha
And Larissa. We're two Canadian English teachers talking about life in Canada, our lives, and anything else that might interest us. And hopefully will interest you too.
So join us for another conversation.
Today we're going to talk about chores. Chores are the things we do to take care of our home, mostly.
That's right.
You might call it housework as well.
Little jobs around the house. Mm-hmm. So should we start with the ones we like or the ones we don't like?
Like is shorter.
So start there.
Yeah.
Do you know what chore I really like that I think not everyone likes, but I really like cleaning the bathroom.
You do?
Yeah, as weird as that might sound.
Wow. Tell me why.
I think it's relatively short. Like
Yes.
you're not doing it for depends, I suppose, how big your bathroom is.
Well,
Or how much you're cleaning.
or how rarely you clean.
Or how rarely you clean it. That's true. But in general, I think it's a relatively short, and it's like the sink was dirty, now it's clean.
Yes.
Very direct, clear consequence.
It's you get a quick return on your investment.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I like that one for that reason. What about you?
Okay. No, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see. I often like washing the dishes for the same reason.
Yes, agreed.
Because you can go from a dirty kitchen to a clean kitchen in a pretty quick time frame. And it can be relaxing.
I like washing the dishes. I agree.
Why?
Well, I think like you said, it was messy. Now it's clean.
Yeah.
I like things that are there's a very different before and after.
Yeah.
Right? Something like dusting, but it's not as big a contrast. It's not as satisfying.
I mean, when you haven't dusted for a while, like what happens in my house, and then you dust.
It's dusty around
Like
here.
the actual wiping and noticing that can be satisfying.
That can be satisfying. That's
but that shouldn't happen.
No.
I think vacuuming is similar. Like when I start with an empty canister and I vacuum and then I look at how much it picked up.
Can you see it?
Oh,
in
yeah.
Your machine?
In mine I can.
Oh, it's like a clear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is yours in a bag?
Yeah, it's in a bag inside the machine, and I don't replace the bag every time. So, but sometimes, vacuuming as a whole. I don't enjoy vacuuming, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I'll be vacuuming the living room rug, and my 3-year-old is 5 steps behind me dumping out a bowl of Cheerios. Then I'm vacuuming up the Cheerios, and he's over here dumping sand out of his shoe. You know what I'm saying? It's I can't ever get ahead. I don't even put the vacuum away these days because I use it every day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is fine, but it's not like I use it and then the house is clean.
Yeah, I see.
I use it and then it's just instantly dirty.
That stage of life, I think.
Yeah, let's hope it gets better.
I mean, I do vacuum regularly, but not daily and not hourly.
Yeah, good. Let's hope. I mean, at a certain point, if he's 10 years old and dumping food on the floor on purpose, he's vacuuming it up.
Yes. There you go. Do you vacuum the carpets and the hard floor?
Yes, every now and then. So my living room rug is hand woven, hand tied. Anyway, whatever it is.
Handmade.
It's handmade. But it's shag, which means it has long, the carpet yarns are left long. And it collects dirt. I mean, it was not a practical choice. It was a beautiful choice, an art piece on the floor. It was not practical. So when I do that one, I would say every other time I vacuum it, I'll pick the whole thing up and try to shake it out a little, which is also hard to do.
Because it's heavy.
It's heavy and it's big. Sometimes I just vacuum the top and just don't look underneath.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
What
all
about
for that.
you?
But but the hard floors, you vacuum or sweep?
Oh, no, I vacuum everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. That's your question.
Yeah.
Is your house mostly hard floors?
Mostly hard floors. Yeah. We have some rugs, which need to be vacuumed. But then I also prefer vacuuming the hard floor to sweeping.
Agreed. Sweeping, I just feel like You're blowing the dirt everywhere.
I don't mind sweeping. I find it a little bit meditative.
Totally.
But I'm not very good at getting the pile into the dustpan.
A key skill for sweeping.
I feel like that frustrates me every time because some of it gets underneath or to the side, and then I'm working on it, and in the end, there's still some left, and I get the vacuum out anyway.
Yeah, so then what's the point?
But I have a really nice vacuum. I waited till there was a sale, and I bought a good vacuum a few years ago, and maybe 5 years ago, and it's not working very well anymore.
Oh, in only 5 years.
I know. It's the kind that's rechargeable, and I wonder if I kept it plugged in too long and I kind of wore out the battery. I'm not sure, but it works hard. Has to really work hard sometimes, and then sometimes some of what it has sucked up comes back out at the end.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, and I don't know what to do about it.
No,
because do I bring it to a repair person? And then the problem with that, at least in Canada, is that's usually more expensive than replacing it.
I know.
But I don't want to replace it. It's a beautiful vacuum. It does a great job most of the time.
Maybe it depends on the brand. Maybe you can find online if that brand is worth repairing.
Yeah.
Or if it's better to replace.
I wonder if it had a warranty.
But 5 years probably.
Yeah.
Any amount of warranty.
Yeah. I would pay to get it fixed.
Yeah.
But who's going to do?
Are
you a fix-it person?
You want to come fix Larissa's vacuum? Listeners? Eepers? There must be, I feel like vacuum repair person, small appliance repair.
Small appliance repair. You know what I should try first? Going to, what are those little pop-up?
Yes.
Yeah. What am I thinking of?
It's like your library of things, but it's like community fix-it nights.
Yes,
but
yes.
I feel like there's a term for that.
There is a term, and we're going to think of it when we finish this.
Yeah, we're going to finish
our conversation. Yeah, I should go to one of those first.
You should. One of those Eepers, what she means is sometimes locally, there's like a night where...
An afternoon usually.
Or an afternoon, yeah. Where volunteers,
volunteers
will come and help people fix things.
Yeah.
So if you have some household, like anything, like a broken shoe, a broken microwave, something that could be fixed, you take it.
Mending, clothes mending.
That's right.
Yeah, volunteers will come, and the
Bring
idea
tools.
is they bring their tools, they bring their expertise. The idea is to be sustainable, help environmentally, build community, support each other. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they want to encourage people to repair instead of replace.
Yeah.
You should try that.
I should try that
because I feel like a vacuum's got to be like one of the number one things they're used to seeing.
I hope so.
Yeah.
If not, I'll pay somebody.
I've had my vacuum almost 20 years. It still works great.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a gift from my mom many, many years ago.
Oh.
Anyway.
I wonder, yours plugs into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if the battery is the problem.
Batteries never last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it sure is convenient to not have a cord.
That would be convenient. I get it. Speaking of vacuums, before I became a parent, I got a little, on the advice of another friend of mine who was a parent, I got a little dust buster. This is like a small handheld, like tiny, about as long as my arm, slightly less, mini vacuum that's not plugged in. So I charge it at the wall. And that is very useful.
Yes.
Even for like, if my son spills crackers on the couch and I don't want to get out the whole vacuum, zoop, zoop, zoop.
I mean, you said you don't ever put it away. So.
Yeah, you can see it's in the kitchen over there. Another example is when he drops cracker crumbs in his car seat.
Oh.
I mean, really, I should just never let him eat in the car, but let's be realistic. So, I'm not going to lug my whole vacuum out to my car.
No.
Dustbuster.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about mine, too, because it has like the long nozzle for doing the floors, but also the little ones, and it's very portable.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to get that fixed.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Now all I can think is community fix at night, which is not what it's called.
But I like it. It's very descript.
We'll look it up.
We will.
So vacuuming, what other chores are there?
What other chores are there?
Let me tell you, these days I'm just so overwhelmed by trying to keep the house clean.
Yeah.
With the hurricane of my toddler coming around after me.
Yeah.
That as soon as I can afford it, I will get a housekeeper, which I've never considered my whole life. It's not something that I was brought up to think is a good idea necessarily.
Yes.
But I would happily pay for that if I had money to pay for it right now.
Oh, yeah, that sounds
Someone
great.
to just come clean it when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I think that is quite common in many countries.
I think it's very common. Yes. And in Canada, it's not that it's uncommon.
No.
Lots of people do it, but I wouldn't say it's the norm.
Absolutely not. No. And yeah, if you know someone with a housekeeper or a house cleaner, you probably think, oh, they're doing pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems like an extra expense
Yes.
to us, not something that's just kind of part of what you would expect, where I think it is.
Totally. I think in many other countries, it's quite common, but here it's a luxury. To have
But
a
it makes
housekeeper.
sense that it would be common because everybody has a job. Like if my job is outside of the home, then somebody else's job could be to come into my home and to help me with that part.
Totally. And I think some places there's much more of a sense of like pay it forward. You know, if you can afford to give someone else work, you would.
Yeah.
Also, I was a housekeeper when I was in university.
Okay.
And it was kind of a great job, actually.
What did you like about it?
I mean, it was nice, easy money. I was kind of my own. I was always on my own. My people would leave their house. I had a key. I'd let myself in. I could listen to my music. I do like cleaning. Like, it's satisfying. Sometimes they'd leave me some food in the fridge or, you know, whatever. It was good. I got paid in cash. It was a good deal.
I always think I don't like cleaning, but you said satisfying. It is absolutely satisfying. I love being in a clean space.
Me too.
A clutter-free space, a dirt-free space. I love it. But I rarely think, I would like to make this that. I would like to turn this space into that clean space.
Yeah, it's not like you have a free Friday evening and you're excited to clean the house.
Clean? No.
Do you know what? Recently I read something, speaking of clutter, about I'm always kind of looking for like tips on how to make it a little easier. And I read this thing that was talking about the one counter rule, which is like if you're feeling overwhelmed, like say your kitchen's a mess, focus on one countertop area.
Okay.
And see if you can clean up. And it does make me feel better. Like if I don't have time to fully clean everything, but at least I can put all the dirty dishes in one spot, put all the odds and ends away, have one space that looks kind of tidy. It's nice.
Yeah. I like to keep my bedside table pristine.
The bedroom I find the easiest to keep clean. Because like you're sleeping.
Yep.
Getting dressed, maybe reading books.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a spot for books. I have a spot for dirty clothes, a spot for clean clothes. I'm good.
Yeah.
What else is going to make a mess in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Crackers, apparently they make their way everywhere.
Nope.
No.
Crackers are not allowed. I'm sure they've been there. Larissa, I remember what that thing is called.
You don't.
Not Community Fix It Night, although I'd put in a vote for it. Repair Cafe.
Repair Cafe. Yes. They often happen, just to tell you more about it because they're so cool.
They're so cool.
In a library or a community center or sometimes like a church basement, they might host them. And where would you find out about that? By searching online, but maybe also on a poster in a community space. Yeah, Repair Cafe.
And I think, like, I don't remember those 20 years ago or even 15 years ago.
No.
In the last maybe 10 years, these have started popping up.
Yeah. And they're so great.
Well, I've never been to one, have you?
No, I've meant to.
Yes,
Like
I
they're
like the
on my
idea.
radar, but I haven't had a thing to bring.
Enter vacuum.
Thank you, vacuum, for breaking.
That's so useful.
Okay, so chores are in the house, but chores can also be outside the house. I think like in your yard.
Totally.
Yard work, I
Yes.
consider part of chores.
Agreed.
And this reminds me of something. So, okay, yard work includes like cutting the grass and tending to the garden and shoveling the snow and what else?
Cleaning the eaves troughs.
Eaves troughs. Yes. These are often bigger jobs. So I had a vacuum. Nope. What's the vacuum for grass? I had a lawnmower.
Grass vacuum. That's not what anybody calls it, just to clarify.
No, please don't use that with people. No, Larissa told me. No. We inherited a really old lawnmower.
Okay.
That's the word. From, I want to say like a great aunt or someone. Like it was very old.
Okay.
And it worked for one season and then it died. Or maybe one use. Like it died quite quickly.
Okay.
I didn't try to repair it because it was 100 years old.
Yeah.
Not really, but it was very old. Around the same time, my neighbor also, her lawnmower stopped working.
Okay.
So we decided to buy one together.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Isn't it a great idea?
Yes. Because it's not something you're using every day.
No.
Oh, great idea.
We don't even use it every week sometimes.
No.
It depends on like the weather and how fast the grass is growing. So we researched together. One of us purchased, the other one paid half. We used to keep it in our shed. Now we keep it in her shed. It also has a battery, so that stays inside. Okay. So that's the one inconvenience, is that we have to knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm here for the lawnmower." And it's great because it also gives us a connection point.
Yeah.
And it keeps me on my toes because I'm like, oh, she's mowing her lawn. I probably should do the same. Yeah. Like it keeps me accountable almost for doing it.
That's nice.
Yeah. I love that idea. Like it's kind of like a library of things. The idea of sharing, of not everybody needing all the resources really appeals to me.
Especially like our culture defaults a little bit to a more individualist approach.
Absolutely.
Like people often don't even know their neighbors.
Yeah.
So it's nice to push back against that a little bit. Cool.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Sometimes I wonder, what else could I borrow? Yeah. I actually do this a lot. So if I need a tool, I'll go to the library of things, or I'll ask a friend. I've borrowed a power washer before. Nice. I have a friend with a power washer. Yeah. I own a dehydrator. This is not a chore, but I own a dehydrator.
Me too.
But mine is actually at my friend's house.
Yeah.
Because she uses it more than I do, so she keeps it. Yeah. And there was a time when a friend called and asked if she could borrow my slow cooker. And I said, "Oh, actually, it's yours. You can come in and take it anytime." She forgot that I was the keeper of her slow cooker.
So funny.
But this is not about chores. No, like, we've kind of veered off into this idea of what is it? Community building or sharing or reciprocity or what? Yeah. What is this?
All those ideas.
Yeah.
Community spirit.
Yeah. And it's a little bit unusual, but if you can find it, if you have a neighborhood or a friend group where you can share like this, it's rare and beautiful.
I mean, rare, in our culture, rare. Yeah, it's true. That's nice. Mm-hmm. I do have, well, really not on topic of chores. We'll get back there.
Maybe.
But, I'm part of this WhatsApp group for neighborhood parents, and they do that. Can I borrow this until Thursday? Does anyone have one of these that I can have for the night? Yeah.
Oh, especially children's items.
Yeah, like a life jacket for a 3-year-old. Yeah. You're not going to use that for 10 years. No. You're going to use it for one summer, and you're going to use it twice. Yeah.
That's right.
So it's so useful.
Yeah. Oh, my sister came to visit with her baby, and I didn't buy a crib. No. I borrowed a playpen. Yeah. Why would I? Yeah. I don't need that. I don't need a playpen anymore.
You're not going to put your teenager in there.
No, I don't think that would go over very well.
No. Okay, getting back to chores.
Yes.
We talked about ones we don't mind. Mm-hmm. Are there any you really hate?
Oh, yes. I hate anything that has to do with cleaning the spaces that are hard to see. Yeah. So like between the sink and the wall, or between the kitchen stove and the cupboards. I call those haunted holes. Okay. Also, not the common term.
No, don't use it.
But I hate everything about haunted holes.
No. How often? I mean, to be honest with you, I can't remember the last time I cleaned between the stove and the wall. I should. But you can't see it. It's
gross. Oh, also like cleaning the drains. I hate that. I hate that so much. I have to get my son to do it. Problem. You like it?
Well, no, I don't have long hair.
Oh.
It's not an issue, honestly. I think if I lived in a house of... You have multiple people who have long hair.
Now there's two. There used to be more. Yeah. Hair got shorter.
It does have sometimes. But yeah, that's a gross task. Yes. I agree with you. Ugh. Yeah.
I'm not crazy about garbage and recycling.
That's my one I really hate.
Yeah.
I mean, the haunted holes I don't hate because I just don't do it very often. But garbage and recycling, I live in a condo. So it means multiple staircases and going outdoors for garbage. Yeah. And usually I let it pile up, and then I have like diaper garbage at the moment still, and kitchen garbage. So it's a hassle. Yeah. I mean, it's really not that much of a hardship, but
no, but it's it's a recurring thing that
There's always garbage to take out. It's
Yeah.
a bit of a trek. Recycling goes in our basement, so that is also that was not so bad.
Okay.
Plus, my son does like helping with the recycling. He
Yes.
can't help with the garbage, but
this is a good age for helping with chores.
yes, and I'm trying to like get him into it now.
Yeah.
So that when he's older, he does some.
And it's just part of what he does. Like, it's just
Exactly.
part of the routine.
It's just part of, but he hates to clean up. Like if I want to put a single toy away, that's the toy he's playing with. You know what I'm saying? He's across the room playing with something else. I touch this one. No, I'm playing with it. Nothing can go away. It's so funny.
That is funny.
Yeah. But recycling he's into. Because it's like he gets to stand on a little chair. It's a tall recycling bin. He puts things over the
that's
top.
fun.
It's fun.
So recently in Ontario, the recycling program changed a little bit. The days of the week, what they take, how we organize it all kind of changed. And I found that really overwhelming.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
My building's outside of this system.
That's
so
right.
Nothing changed for us.
I just it took all of us a couple months to really figure out the new flow.
Yes, I will say from the parent WhatsApp group, it seemed like you were not the only one who was overwhelmed and people were confused.
It was confusing because they also changed our garbage on the same time and the weeks and the schedules. It was a lot.
Yeah.
But the city was really good at accommodating. Like I think they understood this was a big learning curve for everybody.
That's good.
But I did find that overwhelming. And even now, my son will say like, I don't know where to put this. Like, what is this? Is this garbage? Is this compost? Is this recycling? And we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I empathize. I visited my sister when she lived in Germany years ago. This is when in Canada we only had basic recycling, like cans, bottles, plastic, and in one bin. Like there was the paper bin and then the everything else bin. It was so easy. But at that time in Germany, they had a very complex system and she had multiple bins for things. And I found it so overwhelming that I would keep my garbage in my pockets till the end of the day. And I would pull it out and say, can you just please deal with this? Like, I just
don't know
can't.
what to do. Did they have compost there?
They had compost. Compost, I know. Like, compost is organic matter.
Sure.
I'm not going to put that in my pocket.
You're not coming with banana peels at the end of the day that have been smushed in the pocket.
But I think it was like the different types of plastic and things that I didn't think of as plastic. Like a chip bag, for example.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that as plastic.
Yeah.
But
we can't recycle that here.
We can now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the new system. See, it's overwhelming.
Well, but how? I mean, we live in the same city, but I wonder if my system.
It's a different.
should look
So
into
it's
it.
a private company that's doing.
But they must take it to the same recycling plants.
I don't know.
Eepers, I have things to learn, things to look into. Also, compost, just a note, we didn't used to have that.
Yeah.
And my building still doesn't.
Oh, that's too
Many
bad.
large buildings don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We often just call it a green bin.
Yeah.
Put it in the green bin, and the city will collect the kitchen scraps, and they bring it
Animal
to the town.
products,
Yeah,
even.
it's so great because they process it, and then in the spring, you can anybody can just go and take the dirt that it has turned into to use in their gardens.
That is a great system.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't, you always have the option of doing your own kind of composting outdoors or indoors if you want to.
I mean, you could do balcony worms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not excited.
You could even do indoor worms. In the winter, you have to bring them indoors.
I mean, I could.
I've thought about it. I love the idea of worms doing, me feeding them feeding me. I love it.
No, pass. Pass on the worms in the house. I'm not inviting insects in. I have a closed door policy. Insects, get out. Canadian insects, as we mentioned before. Not that bad.
Not that bad.
Let me tell you another chore I sometimes don't like, which is the laundry. I just feel like also it's a whole thing. Then you have to fold it and then blah, blah, blah. There's a bin sitting over there right now I haven't folded. Anyway, but one time I told a friend of mine that this is a chore I didn't like.
Yeah.
And this friend had spent time before I met her living as a refugee. And I'm sure had done her laundry by hand. And so I said, I really don't like laundry. And she looked at me and said, you put it in a machine and press the button.
That's a really good perspective.
And I was like, yep, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's really easy. Plus, I should keep that in mind because I've lived somewhere where I had to do my laundry by hand. I'd let it soak in a bucket. I had powdered soap. I'd brush it with a plastic brush, wring it out, which is hard, and hang it to dry. That just wasn't my normal for a long time, and it's been many years since I lived somewhere where I had to do that. But it is good to have perspective every now and then.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Laundry is not a hard job when a machine is doing the work.
I wonder, would you wash things less frequently? Like, because we have this easy machine, do we just like toss things in? Oh, it's a little dirty, or oh, I wore it once and I just throw it in? Rather than wearing it until it really needs a wash.
Yes, but also I think when I did it by hand, which even like 2 summers ago, last time I was in India, I did most of my laundry by hand. You wash a couple pieces a day.
Okay.
Right? You don't let it pile up until you have 20 things.
Because where will you dry it?
Where are you going to dry it? It's not going to fit in the bucket. So I feel like you're also just like a little bit at a time.
It's just part of it's like washing the dishes.
It's like washing the dishes.
Yeah. If you just wash it after every meal, then it never, okay.
Also, listen, when I was there and it was 50 degrees out, you don't wear your shirt more than once. At least I wasn't going to. It's not clean anymore after one outing.
Got it. Yes. Good.
All right. We talked about some chores and then we rambled a little.
Oh, but the rambling is the interesting part of conversation, don't you think?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's not fun to stay on topic all the time.
It's interesting to see where a conversation can go.
Well, yeah. Anyway, we'd love to hear from you as always. So let us know by leaving a comment. What chore do you like? And what chores are you not so much a fan of?
And maybe give us some perspective of like how we can enjoy chores more, or reminders that what are you complaining about? It's actually really easy.
The laundry is not a hard job. You can let us know by commenting on our video on YouTube if you're watching this there, or Facebook, Instagram, anywhere you can find us is a place we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.